You are no match for my Kung movie review for. Oh, my young apprentice, there is so much you still need to learn about Kung movie review for. Here, let me show you how it's done. Gobnuke here with another And Enjoy the Show episode. Today's episode, I will be reviewing the very fun Kung Fu Panda 3. Now, like with the other Kung Fu Panda movies, which if you haven't seen, what's wrong with you? In Kung Fu Panda 3, our hero Po, once again voiced by Jack Black, is asked by Master Shifu to take up the mantle of teacher, which while the Furious 5 are supportive at first, they start to question it after their first teaching lesson with him. But a new evil has arisen and it threatens the existence of not just Kung Fu but the world. Can Po learn the skills that he needs to be able to defeat this new enemy? Part of why I've really liked these Kung Fu Panda movies is they've been able to keep emotions and good storylines and character development while also giving great action, great animation, and most of all, just good old solid humor. I don't know of anybody who doesn't love Po. He's just got that personality that just makes you want to love him. Kind of like Baymax from Big Hero 6. There's just something about it that just makes him lovable. And what's great about that is, while still being a lovable character, he has had immense character development in each film. A typical Hollywood move for like sequels is to somehow have the main character like re-experience what they did in the first film, because that's what worked. But what's great about Kung Fu Panda is Po picks up basically where he left off from the past film. In the first film, he was just a Kung Fu enthusiast who knew nothing about Kung Fu until the end of the movie. And in Kung Fu Panda 2, he is a Kung Fu master. He is able to do all the Kung Fu. Then it develops what it will take for him to find inner peace about learning about his past. And then in this film, it's about him unlocking his chi, which he needs to do by discovering what it means to be a panda, which also brings in a great dynamic in the fact that we get to meet Po's father, who we kind of saw at the end of Kung Fu Panda 2. And there's a great storyline with Po and his dad, along with his adoptive dad, Mr. Ping the Goose, who's been in the other films. And, you know, of course, Mr. Ping is like, no, well, yeah, you may be his biological father, but I raised him. He's my son. And I like that this film doesn't go the usual route. I don't want to spoil anything, but I was really glad they didn't follow the cliche where it's just they hate each other the whole time. Not to say that they get along, but a lot of times in Hollywood when there's a dad versus dad, I mean, they've made whole movies around that where they're just butting heads the whole time, and it's really old, and I'm glad they didn't take that direction with this film. I have to admit, the villain in this film didn't intimidate me on the same level like Tai Lung and Shen from the previous films. I still think Shen is the strongest villain in the Kung Fu Panda series. In this third film, the villain's name is Kai. The interesting thing about Kai is that he uses chi and is able to steal basically the essence and chi of other Kung Fu warriors and then is able to control them. So like if, for example, not spoiling anything, he could capture Mantis and then have Mantis fight Po because he's now controlling him. And that made him intimidating to a point, but I think one missed opportunity in this film was they didn't really build up a lot of the masters that they fight against. And so you're kind of just sitting there going, okay, I don't know if I should be afraid of them or not because I know Po's so amazing. There's no real foundation with a lot of these Kung Fu masters. And the final conflict between Po and Kai, it kind of just happens. And that's the other thing that was bugging me in this film, unlike the other ones which had like pretty good pacing and didn't really slow down. This third film kind of slows down when Po makes it back to the Panda Village. But overall, Kung Fu Panda 3 is just a fun time. It's got a good story. It's even emotional at times. And it's really great that we have an animation trilogy from DreamWorks that each film is a solid film. While yes, the third one I don't think is as good as the other two, it's definitely not like an abomination to the trilogy. It is a great entry to the trilogy, and I highly recommend people go and see it. If you like Kung Fu Panda 1 and you liked Kung Fu Panda 2, you're going to like Kung Fu Panda 3. And while it's not as good as 1 and 2, in my opinion, it is still up there, and that's why I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 rows of teeth, which is actually pretty good considering I rarely give 5 out of 5s, and Kung Fu Panda 1 would be a 4 out of 5, and Kung Fu Panda 2, to me, is a 4.5 out of 5. So there's actually a good gradient scale there. And pretty much, for anything with me, 3.5 and up is a recommendation. You need to go see Kung Fu Panda 3. If you liked what you've seen here and you can't wait to see what I come up with next, please hit that subscribe button so you can make sure to keep up on all my latest movie reviews. And what did you think of Kung Fu Panda 3? It's been out for a little while. I'm a little late to the party. So what did you think? Comment below. Please let me know what you thought about Kung Fu Panda 3 because I'm really excited about this film. I had a great time. And I hope that a lot of you did too. But if you had an issue with it, I want to hear it. There's another reason why I love the daddy angle so much. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't posted a video in about 3 weeks. And that's not without trying. I have a 5th wave review that it's going to seem kind of awkward to post now because it's 3 weeks late, but I'll still probably post it. I never got around to editing it because there was a much more important event about to happen in my life. And, well, said event was that I became a dad. Everyone, I'd like you to meet future and Enjoy the Show host, Lucas Alejandro de Teslameno Wells. Just kidding, I'm not sharing his real middle name just yet. But look at this little guy. Oh, look at him. He is the cutest darn thing on the planet. No one can tell me different. Don't worry. This won't be the last time you see this little guy. That's for sure. Say hi. Or grab my thumb. Alright. Alonzi. While I might have a little one in the house now, it might make it a little rough to always get reviews out on time, you know, the weekend of the release. I'm still devoted to this channel, and I'm still seeing movies every week as they come out with full intentions to review each one, and I will get reviews out. I just can't always guarantee that they'll get out on Friday and Saturday, but I'm definitely going to try. I have been your host, Tyler Gobnuke Wells, the Indie Hat Media Shark. And as with anything, whether it be playing a video game or watching a movie, just always remember to enjoy the show. And I'll see you next time.